Hey everyone, good morning. It's Rita here for today's program, Crafting Adventures. I see a lot of my friends are online. I want to say, just take a second to say hello to some of them. Hi Gail, hi Leslie, Barbara, Sherry, Loretta, Gail. Did I say Gail or Gloria? I thought I saw Gail and Gloria. Diane, Tammy, and Shirley. Hi, welcome. And so, yay, exciting. Today we're going to be using some new tools to make a cute Santa ornament. I'm afraid I might have messed up his beard a little bit because I tried doing some inking on the beard as was shown in the tutorial. This is from Dreaming Tree, but they used a lighter blue. And then of course I got my here I got my ink on my ornament. Luckily I cut out 3 of these, so and I have a few ideas for making this go together well. If you are relatively new to crafting and you want to do this project, there are some extras, and I just kind of show you. This is from Dreaming Tree. This is the PDF sort of instruction sheet that they give with every one of their files. And here it tells you like how much you're going to need of paper. Excuse me. But it also tells you, sorry, so sorry. You'll need an iridescent pom-pom, which I have here. I don't know if I got the right size. Mine says 19. Yeah, it's 3/4 of an inch in diameter, which is 0.75. So I got the right size here. The bells, I think, are a little big for what I'm trying to go for this project, but these were the only ones I could find. I'm going to be using some gold cord here. This is a product that you may have gotten when you purchased an Explorer. I don't know. I think they used to package this with the machines, which is why I have a lavender one. But this is good for very similar to like a bone folder, or when Leo does it, he uses a dowel. And but I want to show you how I do it. And then there's the ink, which I think came out all wrong. We need some double stick, tiny, small double stick foam tape. And then because we're going to be gluing on, because we're going to be gluing, what are we doing, Rita? Okay, we're going to be gluing glitter on glitter. So one of the things I try to avoid is gluing glitter on top of glitter, because it ends up being very difficult to do. So today I brought in this, which as you can see, it says glass, cardboard, and PVC. It's called Reptile Craft Adhesive, and down here ceramic, wood, plastic. So it's for like thicker materials. It does dry clear. I got this hint about this particular stuff from Eileen in Jupiter, Florida, and you can see here it's called Reptile Premium Craft Adhesive. I did get it at Amazon, so I'll show you how to work with. I don't use this all the time. I use it when I'm trying to stick really thick stuff onto other really thick stuff, and so I thought I'd show you a little bit about that. Hold on. We're probably going to use, sorry, sorry, not dying, just choking a little bit. Okay, probably going to use, what was I saying? I had thought in mind. We're probably going to use these Jingle Bells, but I don't know. They're a little bit big here. So I know I have smaller ones. I just couldn't find them this morning or yesterday, but looking for them. So this is a fairly easy project to do. It's really literally like one piece is the main piece. This is the main piece. And there is a bottom piece that has 3 holes in it. That's how we're going to do our bells. And then there's a lot of little white and glitter and one color of shrimp. Now, this would be, if once you get the hang of it, this would be a really great craft to do for a school, like craft fair, or if, you know, a church craft fair or something like that. So maybe pay attention. This group of ornaments, so sorry, comes from a group from Dreaming Tree. You can buy this separately at $2.99. Or you can buy it as part of a group. So I'm just going to bring it up here just so you can see. This is Dreaming Tree. And remember that is 3dsvg.com. And if I go to shop up here, you see, and there's all our categories over here. You can go to ornaments. And there are quite a few ornaments, and I have not done all of these because usually when he does an ornament set, there's like 5 of them. So for instance, this is called the Festive Ornament SVG bundle. So it has all of these here, and I just haven't gotten around to doing them all. But I really like this one, this Santa Jingle, and it came with this gingerbread tea light. If you want to see the gingerbread tea light, say so in the comments because I love making it. It's really cute. It comes from Merry Christmas Ornaments SVG bundle, which you can buy for $7. And if you buy all of these individual, they're $3. So it's definitely a good one to get. I also like this like tea light ornament. It looks very Christmassy the way it is. And there's also a Rudolph ornament and a tree ornament. So just let me know if those are ones that you'd like to see. Okay. So coming back here. Now, of course, what we do is when we purchase something from outside of Design Space, you have to download it to whatever you're working on. So it can be downloaded into the iPad. It can be downloaded into your desktop, and then what you do is you have to upload each piece. I told you that I did get that SVG merge, but I have not been able to do work with it yet. But if you've ever done a download from this company, they usually do it individual layers, and so there's a new software called SVG Merge that you buy. It's a one-time purchase, and it's $15 or $14.99, and you can merge everything all at once, and that's really helpful for really big projects. Okay, so let's get started here. So this is, by the way, this is Cricut cardstock in red. They had it available on the Cricut shop, or in the Cricut shop. And then I also used this white glitter for some of the accents, and then there's white regular cardstock, and then the only color I had to go outside of my Cricut stash for was this pink, or you could use shrimp if you wanted to. It doesn't matter to me. You could even make make him a darker brown or a tan if you wanted to, but this piece is just the eyes and where his nose and mustache are. Okay, so that's up to you what you want to do. So the first thing we're going to do is work with this big piece, the first piece. It's all one, and it's going to be making a cone with this as the bottom. So we're going to just start folding at all these folds. And remember, I like to fold both ways once I've done it, because I just like that crisp edge that you get from folding it both ways. I think my friend Babs told me that Martha Stewart is the same way, which doesn't surprise me. Okay, so there are all of these. It's going to be making a cone, but then we have to also fold in these on here. Okay, and then up top there is a small hexagon with these other pointed tabs. Go ahead and fold those as well. Okay, so now that we have that done, I didn't do all the way on this one, so I'm compelled to do it. I know, I love Cricut Red. I love Cricut Red in that. All right, so once you have it, put it with the correct side facing down, and then you're going to fold it in like this and going to glue it on this tab. And I'm just gonna go, make sure you get right to that top because we want it to be, again, crisp lines. All right, there we go. And then we're placing it down. I like to do it on the, I'm gonna move my screen a little bit, sorry. So I like to do it flat. I like to do as much as I can flat. So I'm gonna show you how I put this together more in sort of a flat way. So this is all set. I'm not going to close this up just yet, but what I am going to do is I'm going to grab these pieces. These are these long pieces that have scalloped edges on one side. There are two of them. They have these score lines, so go ahead and fold at the score lines. And I'm going to actually glue these two here. I might need to open it up a little bit when I do that, so just so that you know. Now I know that Leo does all of this sort of working on a three-dimensional piece, but for me, there are some things that I just kind of like to get out of the way before I start working with three-dimensional piece. I'm not nearly as I don't know, as apt in my placement and stuff on things that are already in the three-dimensional. So here you go. I'm putting it on the front. I know it's the front because of these two holes. And then I'm just going to place it here. Make sure that it goes on here. That would be the trim of his waistcoat, right? And then we're going to flip it over and do the other side. While it's also pointed like on a flat surface, we're going to also do the gold cord on the top because I think it's easier to do it that way. And we'll also like build his face and put it on. Okay, so there's the second piece. I'm gonna put it in the middle here and just place it here to give that cone, that bottom part of the cone. I think it's kind of funny, this thing, because it's very wide and it reminds me a little bit of, there's a character in The Nightmare Before Christmas that looks like that. I think it's the mayor, and he's like really, like, he goes like this basically. He's like a cone. I don't know, I might be wrong. Well, Martha's trying to make all of her money now because she's getting older. She's doing all kinds of things with different people, food delivery, blah blah blah. You know, I'll tell you, if you are aching for Cricut cardstock, the first thing that I would do, because it seems like they just don't listen, is go on and tell them. Send them an email that says, hey, you know what? Please don't ignore us. We like to work with cardstock, and we feel like you aren't paying attention to us. Maybe that will change something. I did it for several years and it didn't seem to work, so I don't know if they just didn't want to listen to me or they had different plans. But yeah, cardstock was my jam, as they called it, and I'm like, yeah, it was my jam. I just think there are a lot more people that do cardstock than you think, and they're not just making little cards that they can give to their, preschool teachers. They want to do things that are pretty elaborate with their paper, and can't do that with their paper. So that's my first step that I would tell you. The second step that I would tell you is really check out 12 by 12 cardstock shop. It's to get there, you have to type in 12x12 cardstock dot shop. There's no .com or anything, and they do have all of the American craft cardstock. They deliver it beautifully. There's no like wrinkles or bent corners or anything, and in fact they sometimes will sell their bent corners at a reduced rate. So there you go. All right, so here is, I did the little top here, so I'm going to take a little bit longer than I think I need, because sometimes this particular cord will fray like this, you see. So to avoid the fray, what I usually do is just fold over maybe an inch or so, and then I start pushing it in. Now I might need to use say I push that in there and it hasn't frayed, but I might need to use my weeding tool or whatever else that I might have. A lot of times people tell you just to glue the ends of this, and that's a possibility as well. But this is me. This is how I'm doing it today anyway. And then I'm trying to get it up here through this next one. There it is. So there it is. I'm going to just grab this on you. So yeah, I think 12 by 12 cardstock shop is a pretty good place to buy, and you can buy individual pieces as well as groups of 25, and I have done the math and it works out to be a good price for the individual prices and even for the 25 or more. So and then I usually put them, by color scheme. Now why am I having trouble with this, Rita? Why am I having so much trouble with this? Come on, I don't want to wreck there it is, sorry. All right, there we go. Oh, I forgot to ask you guys, did anybody on Apple TV who has Apple TV watch the Beanie Baby movie with Zach Galifianakis, whom I don't care for generally, but he was really good in this movie with the Beanie Babies. It reminded me of the 90s, just being out of school and the McDonald's Beanie Baby craze and all of that. I remember going around looking for Beanie Babies for my niece at that time. You see that I got it right and then I pulled it right out. Oh, Rita, what am I going to do with you? All right, let's try it this way now. I didn't have so much luck. It was perfectly fine with this one, but not that one. So let's try it this way again. Anyway, Beanie Baby craze, which I thought was really kind of fun. And it was definitely a bubble, and there was actually an internet bubble right after that, and that's when I was working in the industry, on the internet industry, and it was really kind of interesting to see. So at that time, most people didn't know anything about the internet. Come on, please. They just thought, oh my God, they were throwing money at the internet like crazy. And I remember thinking, this is just a better way to shop. And there were companies that came on, such as the one that I remember most distinctly was Pets.com. And they had a very cute little, I don't know what you call it, a little mascot. It was a dog puppet. And they were like, basically, we're here, we're taking over the internet. Okay, there, I did it. Whew. And they kind of got a little cocky at the time because I was coming from a catalog company that was trying to establish itself on the internet. So we knew how to do distribution, and we knew how to do, fulfillment and all of that stuff, which a lot of companies don't get. These companies, they start out okay, and then they just don't get how they're going to do distribution and fulfillment. And that's where companies like Pets.com really the big bubble broke. And so a lot of us, it was a very interesting culture to be in, to be in a company that was like catalogs everything and call center, and then going to internet where it's like serve yourself. I think that was the start of the self-serve mentality and the self-serve thing. And for me, since I had experienced both, I felt like, you know what, I don't want to do self-serve, because I also was the manager of the call center before I became the internet manager. And I had a lot of great friends that were in the call center, and they did a great job. And now they just replace it with people. And when I get like trying to call like Comcast or something, it's like, don't they have any people here? Everybody's using it now. And I don't know, there's something to say about working with a company that has people on the face of it. Okay, so I just glued this down, and I'm using my fingers to try to get this to the edge, which once we do that, we're going to put this piece aside. Hi, Penny Leo. How are you? Yeah, Mama Bear, right? Right? That's me. So, okay, so this is our main piece. There are other pieces that are going to go on it, including the face. And just so that you can, I'll just show you right here. So see right here, there are these two little bumps, and that's going to coordinate with the rest of our face for the Santa. So let's put that aside, allow it to dry a little bit, and we'll get the other pieces out. Let me just put this pin in. Now this part here is for the bottom. We're going to also use this. Honestly, I love to use a needle point, like a yarn needle, because I just love using that. It makes it so much easier for doing this, but I couldn't find mine this morning. So what we're going to do is grab all the pieces that we're going to need. The beard is very full and unique. It has a lot of pieces. I think it's 5 pieces. So let me just make sure I got all 5 pieces. There's 1, 2, and then we need the face. Okay. And there is a nose. So there's 2 noses. And this is going to be at the top where the hair is. And there are also, you see these score lines here. So let's have a look at the beard. So the beard goes together, and this is what I mean about gluing cardstock onto cardstock. I mean glitter cardstock onto glitter cardstock. So this piece, actually, it goes here, and this piece goes right here, like that. you see? And then, so I don't need that one. And then where's the one with the mustache? A mustache. Oh, it's right here. There's the mustache. And then this is another mustache that goes on top. Now, if you want to do what Leo did, which is ink the glitter, it looks really good, but don't use something too prominent, and do it and let it dry, because I was doing it and using a darker blue and that just did not work. But then I didn't let it dry before I put this all together. Okay, so let's have a look. So you see here that there's this scalloped edge here, scalloped edge here, and then this is going to go onto the beard. Okay, so this is the thing that I like to use. I know Leah Griffith uses it a lot, but it's a great way to add some dimension to your cardstock. So I hold it like this. It's thinner on the bottom. Now try to hold close to where you're going to turn it, and you're going to just pull on the cardstock like this. Now I'm doing it on the glitter side, right? But you see how I'm holding it really nice and close? I just want a little dimension. I don't want a flat piece, and it's giving me a little curl right there. This is what will separate you from, from a newbie doing this project, is this kind of treatment of your cardstock. Same thing over here with my mustachio. Remember that kids thing? I've already done it here, but just so you can see. Now I need you to be really careful about using this, because it's very easy to rip, because we've got all these lines here, and if you're pulling it from this way, it's a possibility that it will rip. However, if it does rip, you can glue them together, but you need to wait until that. So for instance, if this ripped here, I could glue it together, but I'd need to wait until it dried. Okay? So again, ink if you want to. And here is our first piece that goes on here. This is going to be basically around his hat. It's his hair. I think it's a little much for Santa hair, but it's cute. So there we go. So this is the beard. You notice it has this notch cut out. So it's going to actually go here. And we can just go ahead. I'm going to use my regular glue for this. Go ahead and put this part. We don't want to put glue all over the back of it, because it's going to stick out, because we just gave it some dimension, right? So here is that piece. I put a little bit extra. Then we're going to bring in the big guns. We are going to bring in my reptile glue. All right, here you go. So the reptile glue is going to take in place. We're going to put this here and then this on top of it. So might as well do it like this, since we're just basically building. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here. All right, come on. Now it's not coming out. Boo. Oh, well, the tip just fell off. How do you like that? Maybe it isn't the tip. Maybe it's just glue. Possibly. All right, and this you're going to use your fingers on. You're going to put just a little tiny bit, but it's just kind of stronger glue. And then when you're gluing, for instance, something that has been treated, such as glitter, sometimes foil, it makes it a little bit harder for the glue to catch because of the treatment that's been on the paper. So let's hold it for a sec. All right. And then we're going to bring this up here to this place right there. And that's why we have that dimension in there, so that it doesn't look flat, you see. And my glue. Whoops, little much. Okay. And then this goes on here. Now, if you are, and you have to wait for it to dry, if you are impatient, which I tend to be, you can use these little quilt clips. I'll show you them next time. They're these little quilt clips that you can buy at the Dollar Tree or at like Joann's or whatever, that will basically hold together your pieces without moving them and or damaging them. Okay, so if you are looking for something like that, I believe they're called quilt things. I don't have an affiliate link. I got to talk to the woman there. I don't know if they even offer an affiliate link. Let me check with her. Yep, Aileen's Tacky Glue is also a good option as well. And then we've got the last piece right there. So, and there's also like a Scotch brand. This is why I don't like to like say, oh, you must use this glue, because sometimes you do need a different glue. You just do, you know. So there is our face. Now we've got a nose, and we're going to need a pen similar to this. This is the original Cricut pen that many of us got in their boxes. And then we're going to take a little tiny piece of foam square. If it's too big, cut it. You don't want the foam square to be peeking out. This one might be a tiny bit too big depending on how I put it in there. So I'm putting this on the back, and I don't think you're going to be able to see it. No. Okay. So we're going to stick this on. This may require a little bit more glue, so be aware because it's just that adhesive and it's going on glitter. Let's put that there. And yeah, it's gonna need some glue, extra glue. Check. Oh no, I just didn't have the back put out. Okay, so while it's flat, because Leo does everything like, you know, up and down. I mean, I don't know how he does that. He just works in a more three-dimensional world than I do. So I'm just going to use this pen to create some eyes. Now I thought about googly eyes, and I think even the small googly eyes would not look right here. So a pen is fine like that. And now we're going to start assembling the hair and around the head or the hat, the trim around it. So let me just get that. There's two pieces there. And we're going to bend them at all of the score lines. You see? And did I pick the right one? Is there only one piece? There might only be one piece. Okay, here we go. All right, so the trim, because if you think about it, your hair would be underneath your hat. So there's the top of the hat, and there is the hair. So we're going to do the reptile glue again, but I think I might just put a couple of dots there and then use my finger to sort of spread it around. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to look for this piece right here that has this little notch in it, and we're going to attach that to that. So if you guys watch the tutorial for this is very different than the tutorial that Leo did, but you know, there's sometimes more than one way to skin a cat. So you do whatever works for you. That's the most important thing. So yeah, I had physical therapy yesterday, and it's going better. Over the weekend, I did have a lot of pain at the incision site and such, and where the rods were. not the rods, but the pins were. So I was like, gosh, I thought this wasn't going to be. So, you know, when you're like not expecting something to hurt and then it does, that's what that was the impression that I was under. I just was like, it's just not going to hurt that much and not as bad as the hip. And then when it did hurt, because I was recovering, um, it was it was like shocking to me, shocking to me that I needed pain medication. And I'm like, well, who do you think you are, Rita? You know, they basically cut a slit in your thigh, um, all the way down to your knee, and put a like scraped stuff out of the bone. I hate to talk about it right now, but scraped stuff out, and then, whoops, and then put in a rod. Look, I put the eyes on too far up. Well, I can fix that. I can fix that. So this weekend was a little painful, a little more painful than I wanted it to be. And so by the time my friend Tom, who is my physical therapist, and funny thing about this guy, well, first of all, he has the best smile in the whole world. I mean, if you ever want somebody to smile for you, Tom's your person. It's just a big old cute goofy smile, but he's a physical therapist. I didn't know this until this year, and he works for MGH, which is where I had my surgery done, so they send out physical therapists, and he's a physical therapist. And the other cool thing about him, now I'm going to place this on, is he also is a counselor at large, and I work with him when we do our Green Peabody events and things. So it was kind of nice because we're talking, and he's like, "All right, pay attention," you know, like he feels comfortable enough with me. And we've had a couple of other physical therapists, and I've been like, they don't like the dogs, and they don't like. Or they, you know, I felt like embarrassed because like they'd never been in my house before, and frankly my house is not doing great these days. It's, you know, we're maintaining, let's just say that we're maintaining. But you know, last night I had the weirdest thing happen to me. I'm gonna tell you about it in a second, but see how I'm putting this on here. I put it right up where those two little notches were, and I'm just going to make sure that it grabs on. Now, obviously, if the beard, like for instance, like this part of the beard is not curled up enough, you can just manipulate it with your fingers like this. And here we go. Now we're almost done. Isn't he cute? Yeah, I didn't think. I didn't think about that, Gail. It happened so quickly, just like my other one. What, like the Friday before I had the surgery, I had the X-ray, and then on Monday I called and the doctor called me and said we probably need to do surgery on this fairly soon. And I was like, oh, all right. So then the Monday that after, I called the orthopedic surgeon in the afternoon, and I said, oh, hey, hi, I had my thing, and I don't know if Dr. Rafe wants to set up some surgery. And she said, yeah, let me check. Gets back to me, okay, tomorrow. And I'm like, what, tomorrow? What are you talking about? It was like 2 in the afternoon, and then she's like, tomorrow. And then I had to rearrange my whole schedule and everything, and I was just like, ah. Okay, so these are really cute. These are pom-poms that have iridescent sparkle to them, and so this is the correct size. Whoop, don't go anywhere. Up, it went on the floor. My dog will eat it. I would probably use my glue gun for this part, but I'm going to try this reptile glue and see if it works. Oh, osteoporosis. That's what they thought was going on with me, because you know, the osteopath or the orthopedic surgeon, they didn't have my whole background of cancer. And so when he first did the hip, he said, I think this is just osteoporosis. And it turned out it wasn't, it was the cancer. So by eliminating my hip entirely, they took out the cancer that was in there. And then by putting this rod in and the pins, they basically this is so gross, but they basically scraped off the cancer from the inside of my bone. And I think that's where it hurts the most. You know, it's like somebody scraping you from inside out. Weird. It's a weird feeling. But I'm so amazed at how much they can do. I mean, just amazing. All right, so let's put our, which he looks absolutely adorable, doesn't he? Right? But the last sort of like, you know, piece de resistance is that this piece, this hexagon piece, and it has 3 holes. So we're going to go ahead and cut, let's cut 3. I'm not going to make them equally sized, but I want to cut them all so that they're similar in size. So there's my 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to push this up and knot it on this side like this. Now this one I'll make somewhat short. It didn't all go through. Let's try this. This cord is not the same that Leo uses in his video. His cord has less of that like it's a tighter weave, I guess. All right, so here you go. We're gonna just go ahead and knot this right here on this end. Okay, let's see if that works. Boom. I'm just gonna cut off these pieces. I don't need them. And let's try this one. So yeah, he came over and he was like, you know, we went outside. I went outside for the first time. So that was kind of cool. Let me just check the size here. I want this to be longer. So I'm going to put this smaller knot. Oh, really? I did not know that, Gail. So, Gail, you're a wealth of health information. I wish we, yeah, wish I could have a consult with you because it's like, okay, well, I ask, why do you do that? And I don't think there are a lot of people that ask. I might be wrong. Most of the time when an orthopedic surgeon's talking to someone, they're overwhelmed and scared and it hurts and everything. But I have a tendency to kind of joke around. So they'll remember me. That's what I said to Dr. Rafe. I said, now, Dr. Rafe, this was the night before. I'm like, please do make sure you get a good night's sleep because it's me you are operating on. And I'm important. And he goes, oh, of course you're important. And I'm like, no, I want you to remember me because I need to be given special treatment. I don't know what I said. It was something cutesy and sort of folky. I didn't, I didn't mean it like other people weren't important. It was just more like that. All right, so we got our 3 pieces here. And I'm going to try these. Yeah, you're right. And I've always, since I've had Owen, I've learned, because my Owen, he's autistic, and I've learned that you do need to, we want a little bit of green, right? Because there's like no green in there. You do need to be your own advocate. Don't just go in and say, okay, this is going on. Even if it's emergency, just make sure you're out. Is this the right thing? They actually take a magic marker and write on the side of your leg, or whatever is getting operated on, because they want to ensure that it's the right one. So the surgeon actually comes in and he's like, okay, we're operating on the left leg this time. And I said, yes, the left leg. So he gets out his felt tip marker and he initials the place where he's going to go. And then what else? The anesthesiologist comes in, they talk to you, and you can ask questions, because there's, believe it or not, different kinds of anesthesia. And the nurses, I ask all the nurses and different things, because I don't want to just be like this, I don't know, this patient that's just like, okay, come fix me, and you're going to make everything better. No, there's got to be things that I know that I have to do after the fact. And so when he came into my room, let's see, after, so that would have been Wednesday morning, I was like, oh, how did it go? Tell me all the details. But then he started telling me details, and I was like, oh, okay, a little too gory for me. But he enjoyed my company, and I enjoyed his, and he did a great job. And look what I just did. I pulled that one off. Oh, Rita, what am I going to do with you? I'm a goober, I know. Okay, let's try this. Try to twist this a little bit. Anywho, tomorrow is Friday, which means we usually do freebie Friday, but it is anything goes, right? We're doing anything goes. So I haven't yet picked out a project for anything goes Friday, freebie Friday, but I was thinking we could have a look at Craft with Sarah. We haven't seen her in a while, and she's got a few things that are really cool that you might want to have a look at. If you don't know Craft with Sarah, she's a young lady from the UK. Why am I having such a hard time? Because it keeps shredding. And she has a couple of freebies that she shares with everybody, but she also does her own SVGs. So, so we can go and have a look at her freebies for the fall. She has a nice fall sign. I don't know. Maybe I can do that today. That might be a good thing. I'm going to look around. I'll let you know. All right. So I got 2 on. Ta-ta-ta. I think these might actually be too big, so I'm going to only put 2 on. All right. Wrong thread for this. Let's have a look at our guy. Is the thing on right? Yeah, it is. And there he is. And we're just going to go ahead and glue this to the bottom, and it will be a really nice ornament. And glue. Friday is National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. What? All the checks are called in time. I'll make sure all members of the team are the right patient. Oh, really? They're called a timeout. Donna, thank you. So smart. I don't know. I'm fascinated with hospitals and how they do things. It's very precise, obviously, but also very, everything is documented. And so, when I watch these true crime things, I'm like, didn't somebody check on that? Because they'll do the hospital stay, and they're like, this nurse comes on and she's putting a bag of morphine or whatever, and it kills a patient, and I'm like, wait a second, they can't possibly do that anymore, because now when you go to the hospital, everything has changed. All right, so hello, what do you think? There's our little jingle bell. I could work without the jingle bell, but our jingle bell Santa Claus with the really floofy glitter, beard and cute hat. Yeah, the cats. I know. I can't go swimming. I can't, first of all, I can't go swimming for a few weeks until everything heals up. But then I got a notification from the YMCA saying that they are cleaning the indoor pool, and I could swim in the outdoor pool if I wanted to. And I don't want to because I don't like the outdoor pool. It is so cold. That's the pool that actually I learned to swim in. And we used to go out there in the summer, and sometimes summer is not warm in New England. And I remember like it would rain, and my sister would tell on me when I go to camp, "Mom, she went swimming in the rain." And I don't know, we had this big fear. Anytime you see a raindrop, get out of the pool. And so, my sister, always the rule follower, would, say, "No, Mom's going to get mad at you. You're not supposed to swim when it's raining." And I'm like, "Well, I don't understand that. I'm already wet." But I guess I didn't really figure out until afterwards it had to do with like thunder showers. But just because it rained doesn't mean you get a thunder shower, right? My sister Teresa, yeah, she's the oldest, and she's the rule maker of our family, and she's the one. She plans everything out to the last degree. It is so hilarious, and it's just it's funny. So my younger sister, who came down on Monday, she's like, "Oh, I don't know. Teresa and I were arguing over this," and I go, "Here's a tip for you: never argue with Teresa. Just praise her. Just give her all the praise. And then when it gets down to maybe something that you really don't agree with, you could say, but could we change this maybe?" And she's like, "I never thought of that. I never thought of that." So was kind of funny because I guess I've been with Teresa longer, right? I'm the middle child. And there you go. All right, I'm going to go up here because I want to show you Craft with Sarah, and then we can say our goodbye. Yes. Oh, you don't like rule, and you're the oldest? Wow, no, my sister, she's the rule maker, and if you break the rules, she will remind you all the time. She'll remind you. And so for me, I just go, "Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know that's the way we were doing things." And she laughs. But even like with my mom, she's even like, "Mom, you must take a shower and wear this shirt, and no, you can't go without a bra, and you have to, wear shoes, and you can't leave." I mean, she's hilarious. And I'm like, it's like the kid she never had. All right, so let's try Craft with Sarah, and it's .com. Let's have a look around here. She does all these dogs and cats, and it's that mandala thing. So if you like that stuff, but you do have to pay for them. And then as far as freebies, she does have this section, free SVG. Let's have a look and see which one we want to do. Now you do have to register on this one, and she does have a lot of ads. And so just so let's do Cricket. Oh, what's this? Cricket Joy greeting cards. Are these free? We need to go do some joy cutting. Did they have anything did she have anything for the Easter? No. Birthday. There's a birthday cake one. Yeah. All right, let's try. Okay, Penny. Take care of yourself, okay? Oh, have you guys ever done this? Christmas countdown cubes. We didn't do this, did we? They're so cute. I don't know, maybe we can do that. It's and there's a Halloween one. I know I've seen this file that she does that I want to do so badly. And I don't know if she took it off or not, but it was like a sign. Look at these luminaries, so cute. So I'll pick something from here. I was hoping to find a sign. If not, we'll probably do something like the cubes. I understand, she's trying to make money, And so maybe she took something off. What is this? Easy Halloween paper garlands? That's kind of cute. That is kind of cute. Easter egg holder. This is an easel stand for displaying your projects. She's so clever. Anyway, let's do something from her tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a couple Halloween things because she has quite a few there. I think she really, really likes Halloween. Do something, Joy. All right. Let me see. I'll take a little more time and do something, Joy. All right. All right, you guys. Thank you for listening to me and thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And yes, we need joyful. You're right. We do need joyful. So let me see if I can think. All right, let's do joyful. Let's do joyful. They may not be from Craft from Sarah. Okay. So just be prepared. If you have a joy, you know that you can cut, but you have to be careful about sizes of certain pieces. And if you have an Explorer or Maker, you can still do a joy project because they've made it so that they kind of retrofitted with the cards to use in the Explorer and everything. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. And I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.